Hello. Okay, now this is a quick intro. I'm going to be installing a CB Performance rotary electric fuel pump into my 64 Beetle. This is in anticipation of setting up a single 44 IDF carb Weber. And I'll, in case anybody's interested, I'll be showing how I've done this, either goodly or badly. Okay, so I found the spot through the grommet where I'm going to push the wire. I'm going to connect it up here to that one of those spots there on the solenoid, and it was recommended to me to put it in here, and that's from a previous installation, so that was convenient for me. Or there's something else back there too, which is directly under the fuel tank. Obviously I've got the wheel off, I've chocked the back wheels, and I've got to drill a hole. Okay, so I've actually had to drill another hole just here. I thought I could actually put it through there. I'm too lazy to actually try and find where it comes out, but there is actually like a firewall type thing about here. So I drilled here. It's a little bit of a makeshift grommet made from leftover trimming plug, rubber plug, and you'll see later that just drops straight down exactly where I want it to be. That's where there should be a clamp holding the petrol tank on, but it just isn't there. Doesn't matter. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm underneath now, and that's where my wire has come through. This is where I plan to install the pump, and that there is the bottom of the tank. I changed my mind. I put it over to this side. I think it was just easier access for me. So there it is, connected it. I've got it wired up. I don't have the fuel lines put in yet because I'm going to clamp it up and do it the safe way. And yeah, that's it so far. This is the blue wire that I've got coming to that hole that I drilled from the pump, and to this connection here on the solenoid switch. That will turn on. When the keys turn on, the pump turns on. There she is, all installed. I've got a fuel line coming from the tank straight to the filter. There's the pump, and that connects directly to the fuel line that goes down the middle of the car. And here we are at the back. That is the block-off plate that I also got from CB Performance, and the fuel line just basically connecting to the standard carby, which is going to come out in a matter of days and being replaced by a single Weber. Let's start her up. For anybody who hasn't guessed by now, I'm driving a right-hand vehicle. I'm in Australia, and for anybody who's curious, this is how I change my turn it on. This is how I change my accelerator cable. So this panel, steel panel's under the carpet, which kind of simulated. Oh, it's sticky. I guess what the the driver's side would have been on the other if it had been on a left-hand drive. So anyway, my pedals are over there. It connects through the middle bit and comes out there, and that's what I'm going to change as part of my kit. It's an old type of cable which has got like almost a full circle loop. I'll just go through and change that now. It's day 2, and I've removed the old manifold and the 32 peaked carby. How did I get it out? I chopped it out. I had to chop it up in pieces. I just couldn't find any other way, and I can't be bothered taking off the manifold ends, those bits there. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Okay, there she is, all installed. The few little things I found, I could not get that bolt down there to work properly, so I've actually cut the bottom out of it. It was a real pain to get in, especially with the rest of the components that are there. I did take off the coil, I took off the cap, I just moved as many things out of the way as I could, and I still could not get that bolt to go on through the hole without cutting the bottom of it out. So it's actually like an open cup shape, like a gripping hand or upside down U. I don't think it's caused any structural integrity. Also, I found that putting on the carby afterwards, it was very hard to get those bolts on behind it because they're actually further in towards the center as well. Another thing I found as well is putting the electric starter motor on the ignition solenoid meant that I could not tune it the way that I normally do it by using a check light and doing it manually without any other kind of tuning instruments. So I put on an override switch on the dash. I'll show you that now. So on my dash I put a switch here, which is, I mean, I might as well leave it always on, but it's it will override the pump being on or off while the thing's on. So if I turn it on now, you can hear it starts. Now that it's off, and that pump's on there. So that means I can do things to the car with the ignition switched on, like even have the radio on, things like that, and not worry about the pump just being on. Okay, let's see if I can fire this thing up, see how she blows.